Data validation is used to validate specific cells. So you also use this to input lists, but that's effectively also just validating a cell. So I'm going to start by showing you how to do a list. So before you can even start attempting a list, you need to have a list somewhere saved. So let's save a list as D1 and then just copy that down to go to D10. And then I'm also going to rename this list to list. So can you see I did cell name defining. So if I click on this list again, it will be named list. So now I want to insert the options here to be able to select that specific list. So if you're selecting more than one cell, then all the cells will be effective by what you do in data validation. So if you go to data and data validation, you just click on that again. So now, to insert the list, you say allow list. So either you go now in the source and you select it, just select up until there, then it will give you the cells, or you select a specific list. And now you've got a name there. So because I've named it, I can just say equals list. And there, every time I click on it, the drop-down list will show. So now I can do that. If I want to do something else, it's going to give me an error. It's going to ask me to retry again. So we will go through the types of errors now, but that is how you do a list. So now you are forcing people to use your data that you've selected. Let's look at the other options here. So we've used list. So we can use a whole number. So let's say we want a number that's between 1 and 100. So now we've done, so if I type in -4 there, it's going to give me an error. It's going to force me to do the right thing until I get it right. So if I do over that, so there's a number of them you can use here. You can use decimals. So again, the same principle. Then you can use date to say what is my start date, what is my end date, and you must then make sure that whatever the guys are selecting is between it. You can use time, you can use text length as well. So let's do that. So let's just define this a bit more. Let's go to data validation. I want to use a text length that's 0 to 10. So now, if I'm trying to type something that's more than that, it's going to give me an error. So there's a few of them you can use. Let's look at the input message. So the input message would be something like your title, and then please use a text that is less than 10. Let's just use that. So if I say OK now, so what will happen now? When I click on it, there would be some sort of a description of what you need to do there. So that would tell the guy that you need to do that. If I want to do this on this whole list of mine, so we've got that setting. We'll say list. So please select from list. We say OK. So now when somebody clicks on there, it will give us a description. So now let's look at the types of errors. Now currently, if we do something wrong there, let's just go into data validation, and I say whole number again. So it must be between 0 and 100. So if I try to do that, it's giving me a error and I can't go on. It's impossible. But that's a type of error we've selected. So we've got to stop. So there's stop warning and information. So we can even do our own ones to say stop. And let's make it a bad one. Don't do it. So let's try it again. Oh, it says stop and say don't do it. So it can be fun as well. So if we go in, so the stop one won't let you change it. If we say warning, let's do it again. So now we say stop, don't do it. Now do we want to continue, yes or no? If we say no, we have to do it over again. So no would mean effectively the same as a normal stop one. If we say yes, it will take it. So it warned us, But now we can go forward. Let's just change this to a 99 again. Let's look at the last one. If I do an information one, let's see now. So it says stop, don't do it. I just say okay. So now it will let us do it, but it will just warn us. It's almost the same as the warning one, but there's not an option where you can continue or not continue. So the list validations and all the data validations work very well. If you know that people are messing up spreadsheets regularly, just use this to make sure they can't do it anymore.